you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Hi guys, good evening and welcome to another edition of Beyond the Ranch, our live stream that takes place right here on the Beyond the Ranch channel, which is our side hustle from our Wyoming Life, and a chance for us to just kind of kick back, relax, and have some fun. Thanks everybody for coming out and hanging out with us. I'm Mike.
I'm Erin.
And once again, this is Beyond the Ranch. Hi Alex, James, George here with us, Scott Brum, Jeff Lake, who I got a chance to have dinner. He actually bought me, he bought myself and Bob Doring, who is one of the hunters that came and met me out in California. Jeff Lake and his lovely bride Loretta were there, and they bought us dinner at this place that was the, what was it called? Black Bear Diner or something like that. I've never actually seen one. Yeah, I've never been to one, but yeah, I really like that that we had a chance to hang out. And I, if you don't know, I actually spent this week, a few days this week in sunny California, where it was 37 degrees in the morning and 80 degrees in the afternoon, which is just weird.
Not spend time in sunny
You
California.
didn't spend time doing anything fun, did you? No, we'll talk about that.
If you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, you could see all the trials and tribulations that I went through.
Trials and tribulations? Oh my gosh. Wow, are you okay? Do you need to go to therapy?
No.
No? Because, you know, I've got therapy for you somewhere. Black Bear Diner. There you go. That's what it's called. Anyway, it was good stuff. It was like a Cracker Barrel kind of thing. Yeah, kind of. Not really, but close to it. Like a Perkins here, maybe.
William says I'm a champ. I am.
She did great while I was gone.
I only broke 87 things.
You actually didn't break anything.
I saved the barn from a fire. I'm sure it would have caught on fire.
What the heck are you talking about?
That outlet was sparking.
Well, that outlet was sparking because you were messing with it, right? If you leave the extension cord plugged in, it doesn't spark. It's when you go over and wiggle it that it sparks.
Well, it was unplugged, and I was trying to find power because the big tank was frozen, and it was dangerous.
We're gonna get into how rough Erin's life is here in just a few minutes. But yeah, so we had a chance to do that. I got a chance to hang out with the BCS folks. We're going to talk about them a little bit and how they're going to possibly be showing up a little bit more on our Wyoming Life, and we'll let you guys in on that. We also have a brand new segment. No Armchair Rancher tonight. I didn't get any bootleg videos from him, but we do have a brand new segment coming up tonight, and it's called "It's Not That Hard," and it's a brand new little thing that we're going to play for you guys. You guys get a chance to hang out, see that as well. And it directly ties into the hay situation, so we're going to talk about that coming up. So anyway, I was gone. The first night I was gone, the next morning, I woke up, I called Erin, and I said, it's 37 degrees here, and it's cold. It feels cold, right? It was like, what, -6 here or some ridiculous thing.
No, so that was Wednesday morning. It wasn't super cold Wednesday morning.
It was like 9.
It was a blizzard. So it was super snowy. The kids all conned me into taking them to school. The girls ride the bus, but like Lincoln has preschool 3 days a week, and so typically we put the girls on the bus and then we take Lincoln to school. But they all wanted, Grace wanted a ride because we call her sad sack.
She was sad that she was so sad that she couldn't ride the bus.
Sad, yeah. Like she when her routine is disrupted, she turns into a sad sack. She's just sensitive, Grace is, and so she just wanted to spend more time with me. And
oh, okay.
You know,
I thought she was sad because I was gone. She just wanted to hang out with you more.
No, you being gone is a disruption to the routine.
It is,
and so sad sack becomes more prevalent. So I took them to school. It was very snowy. It was I'm going to kill all the kids, not just one of them, all the kids.
Do we have to do like the president and the vice president are never in the same plane type of thing? Do we need to start splitting up things?
I always tell you, if we're all going to die in a plane crash or something, like I'd rather us all go down in one big fiery ball together rather than just like one of us.
That's so sweet. I don't think they put that in a Hallmark card, but they should. If you're gonna die, I want all of us to go with you. That's like the first. That's like right up there.
So yeah, so then I came back and I fed the cows, and it was a blizzard, straight up a blizzard.
Yeah.
Very, very snowy. So, and then I had to go back to town and and so the first day feeding, like, obviously I don't feed. That's not what I do every day. I texted you at least 15, 20 times. Like, where's this?
I knew that was coming. Yeah. Where's the knife? Where's the hay? Where do we keep the hay again?
No, I knew where the hay was at.
Where's the tractor? Turn to the right to start it.
Where's the, like, I had problems with the pig water.
Yeah.
The electricity, couldn't find the hay. Hey, where's the cow cake at? Mm-hmm. Where do you feed the pigs? Like, where are you putting the food for the pigs? I didn't know where the trough was at. Oh, there is no trough. I just throw it on the ground.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you where the steer trough was at. I just put it on the ground.
Oh, did you? It's actually right inside the fence. Oh, well.
Yeah,
you would have found it if you would have looked.
Yeah, so I just had a lot of questions. And then ran back to town to get Lincoln.
Right.
I don't know what else I had to do.
So that was her first day. My first day in California. I was down there for the World Ag Expo, which is this huge, if you ever get a chance to go, it is ridiculous.
I just missed my mouth.
It's huge to the point of almost like absurdity, right? Like, there is anything you can think of to do with agriculture, from fence to culverts to high tunnels, hemp operations,
so
all
jealous.
kinds of crap there, and spread out over what has to be like 8 square miles. It's ridiculous.
It's not that big.
It's huge. You know what I need to do is I need to pull it up on the Google Earth machine and take a look down and see how big this thing is. It's all outdoors.
Comic-Con.
It's Comic-Con for farmers. Yeah, no doubt. It was great. And there were people in costume. I'm going to talk about that too. It was weird.
Cows?
No, yeah, there was some cows. It was really weird. It was for the kids, obviously, but kind of scared the crap out of me. I walked around the corner, and there was like a cow standing there, and it was a person in a cow costume. It really did scare me. Anyway, so now I don't have to talk about it later, so I just talked about it now. But I did get a chance that first morning. I got a chance to meet Nick Welker, who I have never met before. In fact, we obviously follow each other on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all that kind of stuff, but. Jeff Lake did walk the whole damn thing. We obviously knew who he was. We've talked to. Well, we're closer with Zach from Minnesota Millennial Farmer than we are to Nick Welker.
I've never talked to Nick. I don't know why.
And we just never really had the chance. I knew he was from Montana. I'm originally from Montana, so maybe that's what it was. I was like, those Montana people are kind of weird. But I did get a chance to sit down and talk to Nick. He was there with Case IH, so he was hanging out in their booth doing some meet and greets and stuff like that. A lot more structured than what I did. I just kind of floated around and let people find me. But got a chance to talk to Nick. We found out, that I grew up right down the road from Nick. He's in Shelby, Montana. I grew up right down the road. We played each other in basketball, not ourselves, but we played our teams played each other because Nick's a little bit younger than I am. Got a chance to talk to us about some cool insights into YouTube and Instagram and stuff, and what's working for both of us. And we're looking at planning some sort of collaboration between the two of us where we can get Nick down here, or we can go up there and be able to work together and have some fun. So it was a lot of back and forth really quick because the Case IH people were like, let's go, you're on the clock. So he had to split, but we did get a chance to put some stuff on Instagram and talk to each other a little bit. And then I went back and got to hang out at the BCS booth for most of the day. I did go out and walk around and meet some other people but it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of subscribers come through. One of the ones that really struck me was somebody that handed me, it was David Bass, handed me his business card. I should have brought it. It's downstairs. Handed me his business card, and all it said on the business card was, you are an inspiration to our family. It's that kind of stuff that makes, every late night, everything else, it makes it worth it. That somebody, took what we're putting out there, and we were able to touch somebody else and keep them going in their operation. So, and spread and help them learn to spread the agricultural awareness stuff. Yeah. Isn't that for class? That's good verbiage there. So then that was my first day. So that was it. And then I got to go down to LA the next day. But that next morning, Erin had called me, and I went and picked up the phone. And I said, I'm sorry. I called her back, and I said, I'm sorry, I missed your call. I was in the shower. And all Erin says, must be flipping nice. I was like, oh hell, here we go. It's going to be one of these days.
I texted you and I said, we have no water.
But I didn't see the text. When I got out of the shower, I saw that you had missed a call, so I just called you right back like a very obedient husband would. And
Yeah.
You were not happy to even hear my voice, really.
Well, it's not your fault. I wasn't. Don't be so dramatic about it.
But you were dramatic about I can be dramatic too. Just tore me up.
No water is not. It's not like it's the first time we've had no water, right? And it could be a number of different things that causes the no water. So I had already texted Gary because like water wells. I feel like I'm pretty capable around the ranch. Like, yeah, I don't know where the knife is at to cut the net wraps, but
I'm not sure where we keep the hay or the tractor.
Hey, I knew where the hay was at and where the tractor was at. I had no hay problems and no tractor problems. Did I ask you any questions about the tractor?
No.
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 Okay. So
should drive through the door in the shop, but that's okay.
Then we can
fix it. Gotta open the door before you drive out. I'm just kidding.
Literally nothing was broken except for the water well, which was not my fault. Okay.
No.
So yeah. So we
in fact, you told me you had no water, and I said call Gary.
I was like,
and
I
you had already
did.
done that. So why did you even call me? You guys had it handled.
I was telling you that we have no water. So. And so yeah, we had no water. It was really cold. Like our wind chills were below 0, and I think we were right around like 0, which is cold, but not like the coldest we've ever had. But it's like, oh well, the well's probably frozen.
Mm-hmm.
We'd had water the night before, obviously.
So the water's frozen. I'm going to pause you there.
Yeah, okay.
Because we have a lot of questions that we need to answer.
Yes.
So let's leave it there for right now. The water is frozen. All right, let's go back here. JB Weld with a $10 super chat where he said amen. Apparently he just finished up praying. We're going to get to some hay. We're going to talk about the hay situation here coming up. No bikini. I did not see any bikini corn costumes. That's another one from JB Weld.
What is a bikini corn?
I don't know. I really don't have a clue. Let's see. How good is the Hong Kong restaurant in Gillette? Can somebody sue us for slander if I say something on a live stream?
Not in my top 10.
There's 2 Chinese places in Gillette. Hong Kong isn't even like my top 50, and there's only 2 to pick from. So yeah, there you go. That's a neat deal. But there's the Great Wall is another place, and that's a decent. Oh, there's 3. There's the buffet place.
Buffet.
Yeah, neither one of them are in my top anything. So, yeah.
It was an adventure, Fiona. All right, so no water. Can I go back to my story?
Let me see if there's any other questions here. Hong Kong or Perkins? Go to Perkins.
Would you ever skydive? No. Would you skydive?
I have skydived.
I know, you're so much cooler.
I know, right? Okay. All right. Are you going to breed pigs? That's a big fat negative, too.
No. All right, so water's frozen. Gary's going to look at it. I get the girls on the bus, okay? So then I still have Lincoln home with me. My mom is going to come down and sit with Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm going to drink my coffee first, okay? Cows can wait, okay? It's super cold. They were all in the barn, so it's just like they can just hang out in the barn. The wind was really bad, but it was supposed to go down. So in that kind of situation, like, we'll just wait, like, a little bit. Like, no sense dragging them all out of the barn if they're all huddled up together. It was
to feed them?
Yeah, it was super windy. It was cold.
Okay.
I was going to drink my coffee, so
That's
I
fine.
did that.
Cows really, they don't know what
don't
time
tell
it is.
time.
They don't know how to tell time, so.
Yes, go to the coop if you're in Gillette.
Yep.
And so about 9:15 or so, my mom comes down to the house. Lincoln did not want to go to her house. He wanted to be supervised at his house. So she comes down to hang out with Lincoln while I go do chores. And my mom says, there's a pig out. And I said, no, there's not. She's like, I saw the tracks. I was like, are you sure it wasn't a deer? And she's like, no, I saw.
She saw the pig.
I saw the pig. He's back by the barn. I was like, okay. No problem. I was like, he's not by the highway, right? She's like, no.
Right about then, my phone goes ding, and I get a picture of a pig.
Well, I went out.
Right, but you sent me a picture. You sent me like proof that I'm doing something.
Yeah.
You know, I was working on my tan, which it didn't work, by the way.
At this point, the wind chill's 2 below, but it was sunny. So
That
if you
helps,
weren't in the wind, it was actually not that bad. So I got the pig back in. It was pretty minimal work. Like, he knew where he was supposed to go. In fact, he even tried to show me like where he got out, and I was just like, oh, that's not how he got out. And I went and got him in another gate. But then, yes, later, he was right. He went right back to where he got out. So
how did he get out?
the gate before the head gate for the cows.
Oh, he snuck underneath there?
Yeah, because I went and Runt was in there the day before.
Oh, they roll out there, yeah.
I fed Runt
It's not big enough for them to get out of, but if they lay down and then have a weird dream and roll to the left, they roll right underneath the fence. Weird.
So Runt was in there the day before, and I just took some food into him so he could eat undisturbed. And so I guess I didn't get the gate latched properly because it's being held up with a 2x4 with nails in it.
Oh yeah, that gate. Yeah, there's a little work to be done around here. Just to let you know, if anybody feels like swinging a hammer or turning a wrench,
I just put some stuff in the garbage.
Well, that works too. But that's not going to hold open a gate. If I would have put that 2x4 in the garbage, there would have been nothing to hold that gate closed.
So that was the only pig that got out, although it took me at least an hour and multiple trips to the pig pen to find all the pigs, just because like some of them would go in the barn, some of them would be outside, and I was like 8, 7. I think they're all. I saw the black one, so I was just like, I got other stuff to do. I'll deal with it later. Fed the cows, fed the steers. No water. The cows did have a tank full of water that morning. Pigs had water still, so everybody was.
It wasn't like
fine.
a water emergency.
Yeah.
Yet.
So at that point, everybody's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did all the chores. Everything was fine. Finally found all the pigs.
Right.
They all went to one area so I could count them.
Gary came over to look at the water. Right. So the first thought was that the water was frozen.
Yeah.
Because that happens. Like, it gets so cold here. Our pit, we're going to actually have a video coming out on Tuesday about this, but I had an intern. Showed up for work for one day and then quit on me. Sorry, Wood Kinks. I need a better intern. How about that? I need intern 2.0. Anyway, we're going to have a video coming out on Tuesday about the water situation. Not so much what happened with our water, but what do you do when your water goes out? And so our pit is 8 foot deep. And at the bottom of that pit is all the plumbing, right? And it has a cover on it. But sometimes the wind does blow in there just right, and it can actually freeze. So that was the first thought, was that water lines were frozen.
Yeah, and so Gary brought a couple heaters over, and was just checking it. No breakers were blown. So we're like, oh, it's just frozen. It's not the pump. The water saga went on all day. Poor Gary must have made 37 trips back and forth.
I know. I was watching, so I'm watching on the cameras as Gary's in and out, and then he was moving hay because he got bored. Was that the same day?
He moved hay every day.
Okay, yeah. He just got bored, and he'd come and work and tinker around. So
Gary's our neighbor.
Yeah.
Michael. He helps out.
Yep. So the water throughout by noon or whatever, we're like, okay, the water is not frozen.
Yeah, so by about
something else is wrong.
So about 12:30 or so, my mom started calling. She called a water well service that we use, and she called just a plumbing and heating company. They actually did both of our houses, and so oh yeah, we'll be out in an hour and a half. Cool, great.
Right.
Other person, oh, I can get to you tomorrow morning. The water well service. Okay, so that's super frustrating. And then it was probably almost 7 o'clock before the plumbing company was able to get out, just because they had another job that went poorly, as sometimes happens with plumbing jobs. And then he said it was the pump controller. Okay, so that's just what kicks the pump on and off.
Yeah, pump. There's a pressure switch on the. This is weird, but there's a pressure switch on the pump that keeps your pressure high. We have a pressure tank. The pump, that pressure switch runs to the pump controller. That's what turns the pump on and off in order to maintain that pressure. So you have water pressure. Okay,
so it's like 7 o'clock at night. Can't get parts, but okay, cool. We know what's wrong. Call the water well service. Okay, yeah, we'll be out in the morning. Tell them what's wrong. Okay, no big deal.
In the meantime, I flew home.
You got home. So we're without water. We all have drinking water. Like, we're fine. The cows at this point are probably like, hey, that tank should be filled back up, but like, they're not going to die. There's an abundance of snow on the ground.
And cows eat snow.
Cows will eat snow. Chickens will eat snow. Like, I wasn't worried about any of like the small animals. The pig tank was full. Everything across the road, that's on a different well, so that has water. So we're fine.
Yeah. So the next morning, the water well guy came out and tested a few things. And it turns out that the problem is actually down hole somewhere, but we still don't know what the problem is.
Probably the pump at this point.
More than likely. But it could be just wiring, could be just broken wiring. So,
then, but their service truck is down, so they can't
They can't do anything.
Can't pull the pump.
So we call a different well service.
Call it different well service. Yep, we'll be out. Don't know what time. On a job this morning. We will be out today.
Yep.
So he came out about 2.
About 2 or so, 2 or 3. It was after I came because that was Valentine's Day.
Well, he was out though, like right after I opened the farm store.
Oh yeah, true.
And then
I was in town. He needed an extra set of hands, so I got done with the girls' Valentine's Day parties, came home, and then I was able to give him a hand. Grace's
party, said hi to Kenzie, and then I had to come home for farm store.
Yep. So anyway, long story short, this well that we have for our house is actually it's originally just a windmill well. It's not deep. It's it actually is only about 35 feet deep. So it's,
which is really shallow for around here.
Really shallow, yeah, because a well, just a few hundred feet away is about 300 feet. Mm-hmm. So this is an old windmill well. It's got really good water, and that's a good thing. Nice. So sometimes the shallower wells actually have better water than the deep wells, and this is a very shallow well. So we were able to actually pull it by hand between the two of us. We were able to pull out the pipe, put a new pump on, rewire it, put it back in, get it all put back together, and by about 7 o'clock that night, we had water. We had water again. So that is the end of the water saga.
Yes.
Right?
Everybody had water.
Everybody had water.
You went and got a tank. You were going to start hauling water, and then he showed up and was like, "Oh yeah, we'll get this fixed in a few hours." So
exactly.
You ended up helping pull the pump instead of hauling water. So.
So there you go.
Yeah, I mean.
Everything's
It was
up and
exciting,
fine.
and then we did have quite a bit of sediment in our water, but it has since settled down. And
yeah, I mean it's that well I'm pretty sure was dug with a sand point. So basically just a big shovel. And they just dug a big hole until they found water, and then put in the pipe, and then buried it around it.
We have a lot of sand here, and sand is a great filter. It's a natural filter, so I'm super happy that we have that well. It is a nice water well with good quality water, and yeah, you can pull it by hand. If you had to pull 200 feet of pipe or 600 feet of pipe.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do that by hand. So we do have a video coming out on Tuesday. It's going to be about water and how it works on the ranch and what do you do when you don't have water. So the pump is right around 35 feet is where it hangs.
You said you had to shorten it by 6 inches.
We did have to shorten it a little bit, yeah. So let's see. Let's answer some more questions since we're there. Let's see. Where are Matt and Lori? I'm not sure where Lori's at, but Matt has a party tonight to go to, a birthday party, so that's okay. Michael Outdoors asked what I'm drinking at 7 and 7 tonight. And Patricia Amato, Patty Amato, was asking how Gary is doing. Gary's doing really well. In fact, Gary is in, what time is it?
Gary's
not quite there yet, but he's on his way to Hawaii. So, yeah, I don't feel bad for him at all. Let's see. Chickens eat snow. Yep, they sure do.
They do.
They eat snow like crazy.
I don't know how much water they drink. If there's snow on the ground, that's all they do all day long.
Chickens?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just eat snow all day.
All chickens do is walk around and peck the ground. Literally all day long.
What else do they have to do?
I don't know.
I don't know. They're not smart enough to play chess. What breed are your pigs, or are they a mix? This year's pigs are mix. Yeah, we just have a bunch of mutt pigs. Let's see. Jackalope looked like he survived the no water. Yes, he did, Bangalator. He did just fine. Patricia Amato asked if I brought any ideas back from the expo. So I brought back some cool stuff that I can test, hopefully. I was brought out there by BCS, who's the folks that make that two-wheel tractor that we run behind. They asked if I was going to be out there, and I said, no, not unless you want me out there. And they said, sure. So they brought me out. I got to meet the owner of the company, hang out with him quite a bit. Got to meet some people from Italy, and so it was really cool. They have some other projects in the works that hopefully we're going to be able to get it and test some new types of lawnmowers and that kind of stuff that might be kind of fun. So hopefully all that is going to pan out, but I hate to say that it is and then I don't hear anything. So, that's how it works. If you're watching, if you like what you're watching, be sure to hit that thumbs up button for us, please, just for Gary, if you'd like to do that since he's in Hawaii and can't watch. Somebody asked about jerky. Jerky's been an interesting ordeal. Do you want to talk about the jerky ordeal at all this week?
So we had a few people that had purchased jerky, and they emailed and said that they had opened a package, and I haven't looked at orders, but I'm guessing they had purchased some of the larger sizes. They had put it in Thank you, Dr. Dixon. We appreciate that a lot. Thank you. So they opened it, had a few pieces, stuck it in an airtight container of some sort, came back to it a week later, and it had molded. So on Wednesday, I called, didn't get Roger, and he never returns my calls, Roger.
Roger owns the processing company that makes our beef jerky.
And so called Roger back Friday or something, and finally he was in the office, and we discussed jerky water content. So basically, and in both emails they said, I thought this was preserved meat and it wouldn't go bad. That is absolutely correct. But when they package it, it's vacuum sealed. So all the oxygen is removed from the package. Once you open it, you obviously expose it to oxygen. And there is still moisture in the jerky. It is not completely dried because that would be an inedible piece of jerky.
It's not. So that's how they used to make jerky. Like jerky was dried completely like leather.
Like super dry.
Right.
It's much more palatable if there is a higher water content. Now Roger said we can dry it more if you want to dry it more, but then we're losing, like in jerky, like water is key because that's where all your weight comes. Like obviously water's heavy, and so like if we dried it down to be like Native American jerky, like, you guys aren't going to enjoy it, and we're not going to have hardly anything left from a cow. Like, instead of getting 100 pounds of jerky from a whole animal, we're going to get, like... 50. Like, yeah. And it's just much more enjoyable to have... Like, it's not juicy, but it's... I don't know. How do you describe it? It's not it's not leather, yeah. Obviously. It's jerky, you know, but it's not, like, moist, but it's not... It's jerky. It's the same thing you're gonna. It's like you buy it. Yeah, 100% dried jerky is rawhide. Thank you, Quinn. Yeah,
that's exactly what. It's leather. It's rawhide. So if you want to chew on the same thing you give your dogs, totally fine. More tender. Thank you, William.
Yes.
I don't even need to be here. Really.
Much more tender.
Yeah.
So, but when you open it up and you expose it to oxygen, then you've got moisture and oxygen, and what happens? Mold happens, and especially if you put it in a sealed container. If you buy a bag of jerky like Jack Link's or something, and it's in a resealable bag, right, and you buy those big bags, there are those silica packs in there to absorb the moisture and stuff and to keep it fresh longer.
Yep.
So basically, Roger's advice is you need to consume it within 7 days. You don't have to put it in an airtight container. It will dry out some after it's exposed, but you don't have to cover it. You don't have to put it in the refrigerator. You can leave it on the counter. If you feel the need to put it in something, put it in a paper bag.
So long story short is we have to amend our packaging somewhat. Not so much the packaging on, but we're going to try to put a slip in there that kind of explains to people what do you do with your jerky besides eat the dang stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we want you guys to be able to enjoy, obviously, your whole package of jerky. We talked about, like, I asked, can we add something to the label that says, like, consume within 7 days or something? We can't. Like, labels are FDA approved. It's a whole process. What we will be doing is adding a little... business card or something to each order.
Yeah, so how to store and make sure that your beef jerky is going to last you as long as it can. Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
And the other, like, they have more jerky done for us. They ran out of labels. Roger.
Yeah.
So we're waiting on...
Oh, yeah. We can't put those little silica packets in there. William Dunn has a good point. People eat those things. You have to put... This is not candy. Right.
Yeah. And so... And with Sturgis vacuum packing, there is no need for that.
Right.
As long as the vacuum seal holds.
Yep. So anyway, that's the story with the beef jerky. Interesting.
Yeah, we ship jerky Wood Kings. It's on our website.
Yep. Go to the website. You can order it there. And we do have some cool things coming up with beef jerky too. I am going to be doing a history of beef jerky video. When you see that video come available, keep it in the back of your mind, because at that time you will be able to go online. You can actually order subscriptions to beef jerky. You can get a once-a-month subscription package, and I don't know what's going to cost, what, $25 or something.
We haven't worked that all out yet.
But yeah, you can get delivered beef jerky delivered to you once a month.
Yeah, so it'll be... there's subscription services for everything now, so it'll be similar. I'm gonna do the math and figure out how many ounces you're gonna get every month, and it'll come in a variety of different flavors and sizes, and you don't get to pick. Yeah. So you get what you get, but we'll make it so that eventually you get to try all the different flavors, and you'll get some of the muscle jerky, you'll get some of the beef sticks. that type of thing. So
Exactly.
that's coming soon once I get the jerky, once they have labels made. This jerky process has just been, we started this in December.
So the whole thing, like being able to sell our own beef jerky, I mean, that's a huge thing, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like a real business thing. It's not just YouTube, it's like a real business thing. So
Yeah, dang expensive.
yeah, but it's really expensive. Anyway, speaking of expensive, last week we got a chance to talk about the hay situation and how much hay we were going to be buying. One of the interesting things that came out because of that was that there's a new reality show coming out, and they got a hold of us about being on the reality show based on the last live stream. Check this out.
Hi guys, and welcome back to America's newest reality show. It's Not That Hard. I'm Kent Lockback, and tonight we take a look at the finances and math of It's Not That Hard. Reminds me of the old joke, if you have $20 and your wife has $5, your wife has $25. In tonight's episode, we join a loving couple who tries to work through one little problem, making words come out of their mouths. It's not easy, and that's when things start to get confusing.
It's like an ugly stripper, right? You just give her money before she even starts. Every episode has strippers in it for some reason. The situation is now we come into this, so we basically need 2 more months of hay. Now we know
We need at least 6 weeks.
right. So we know that we have 100 bales out there. That'll last us basically 1 month. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we need 200 bales to be able to last us 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay. You texted me. I never answered your text. What did I say? 32 bales on a tractor trailer? We need 200 bales divided by 32.
You need 100 bales. You have 100.
Right, but I have 100 bales. See, math is hard. I have 100 bales to make it through March, right?
If we say we're going to feed till May, or they're going to get kicked out.
You guys are on your own. Go pound on the neighbor's door. Okay, so if I need 200, we're talking 32 per truck, so that's 6.25 truckloads of hay.
Well, that's not how much we're buying.
No, because this is an interesting situation that I'm going to get into here in a moment. But you spoiled it. See, you went and threw a wrench in my whole thing here.
We ain't got enough money to buy 6 loads.
Here to work
Not
with.
with the numbers you told me when we had a ranch meeting earlier today.
So this is with 1,400-pound bales.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right. That's what we have now.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to buy 850-pound bales.
Yeah.
We have to buy enough 850-pound bales to get us through 2 months.
Yes.
That's it.
But really, folks, it's not that hard.
Perfect. What's 5 times 60? I'm getting there.
300. But that's not what, we don't have the money to buy 300 bales.
No.
So how are you doing this?
Conversation
Because the
about
way
it
you
earlier today.
explained it doesn't make any sense. Because you're talking about 1,400-pound bales and 850-pound bales, and what we're buying is not what we have, and wrong.
Okay, start over. Start over.
It's
Let's start. All right, let's rewind.
Moving on.
This is It's Not That Hard. I'm Kent Lockback, proving once again that marriage is a walk in the park. Jurassic Park. Have a great night.
Welcome back to Beyond the Ranch, where we like to have a little bit of fun, occasionally. So long story short, we ended up buying $7,000 worth of hay.
Plus trucking.
Plus trucking. So that's, we actually did manage to sit down. We figured it out. We know exactly what we ended up buying. Gary delivered the first load of hay yesterday. In fact, if you go back and you look at the thumbnail for this video, the kids are standing on top of that first truckload of hay. I should have put one in here so we could show it. But they are standing on top of that first truckload of hay.
On it for the last
yeah, they love playing on it. So
you stacked it right out in the yard.
Mm-hmm,
and the other loads will go in the hay yard.
Yep, yeah, exactly. So yeah, we have another video coming up somewhere down the line where we're going to talk more about the hay, but we have figured out exactly what we need, hopefully to get us through spring and without selling any more cows and being able to calve, and everybody will be healthy, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, so we've got that all figured out. So thank you very much for putting up with our nonsense last week. We ended up getting our wires crossed.
Well, and
so you're going to start it all over again.
The
Don't
discussion
do it.
continued.
La 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 la.
The whole discussion continued afterwards, and I was like, you should have just stuck to pounds instead of bales, and then it could have just been
Right, yeah, I was
much
switching
more
around,
easier.
yeah.
And then, like, I love in the clip, you're like, we need 100 more bales to feed through March.
You had me all confused. It's not easy.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Steve. So the Armchair Rancher moved to the city and got a job on TV. Maybe you did. Also, Dr. Dixon, thank you for that $100 super chat that I kind of missed back there.
I talked about it. Where were you?
I was probably counting bales in my head. I have had, when we were trying to figure this out, like, I swear I was dreaming about bales. Like, it's just ridiculous. You just wake up and you're like, okay, 37 on a truckload, just weird. But yeah, it's all straightened out. So do some from JB Weld here. Do you do a segment where you ask Siri ranch questions, like where to buy hay? All right, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Hey Siri, where do I buy hay?
Okay, here's what I found.
Okay, not hair. Hey Siri, where do I buy hair? No, not hair. Hay.
Here's what I found.
See, this is not helping me, JB, at all. Hey Siri. No, I got this all screwed up. One more time.
At the hay store. William says at the hay store.
Hey Siri, where do you buy hay? Maybe I shouldn't say hey Siri, where do you buy hay? Because that might confuse her.
Obviously she doesn't know.
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please repeat what you said?
Oh my God.
No. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's answer some more questions. We got some time here to kill.
You make a whole episode.
I seem to be having trouble hearing you. Sorry about that.
Turn her off. If Mike has 10 bales and the cows eat 3, how many acres of corn are grown in Iowa? Good question.
That's awesome. That's a t-shirt right there.
Somebody else said they give us $50 if we don't bring it up again. There it is.
Michael Russ. Oh, that's hilarious. Let's start the bidding at 50. All right. Oh, I bet you we set off a bunch of people's Siris when I did that. Hey Siri. Yeah, see, a whole bunch of phones. Just your phone didn't go nuts though.
I don't have it turned on.
Oh, you don't turn on Siri?
Well, I have to press the button. I don't have the Hey Siri turned on.
Oh, that's a good idea.
She's annoying.
Check with Alexa. I think she's smarter. No doubt. No doubt.
She listens to you all the time, though.
Alexa, so does Siri. You can't tell me that the phone's not listening to everything you say.
Amazon's been caught with Alexa, like
snooping. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do the kids want for Christmas? Yeah. We have Bigsby. Who the heck's Bigsby? Is that a new one? I don't know. All right. Anyway, so we nailed down. We've got the water situations under control.
We got water.
Hay is pretty much figured out. It's going to get delivered over the next few days.
What is Bixby?
I don't know what Bixby is. I have never heard of that. It's Samsung. Samsung Spy. Okay, I never knew that. All right.
We're an Apple family.
Yeah, kinda. We got those two things taken care of, right? The grow room is. I mean, you were planting in it today.
Bixby sucks. So does Siri. Yeah, I planted some more stuff today. I need you to make me more plug trays. I mean, yeah, we're like up and going pretty much. So I'm going to try and get some stuff out in the high tunnel this week. That's the hope. I need to find the hose. Maybe we did drag it back in.
Okay, you need to find the hose or the hose?
Both.
HOES or HOSE?
I need some water delivery system, so the hose.
Get confused very easily.
I'll probably need a hoe too.
Don't we all? Okay. What is the... Rebecca Davis asked, what is the patch on my t-shirt? This is actually from Matt Fensel. It's the Chicago Police t-shirt. So...
Are the hoes in town, James?
Oh, maybe. I don't... With the strippers. There you go. See? All hanging out together. Not at all. You're not amused.
That's what I did on Wednesday too. While we had no water, I went and bought dirt, frozen dirt.
You bought frozen dirt?
Well, yeah, because Menards keeps their dirt outside in the, you know, the garden section. It's cold. I'm growing microgreens, so I'm testing a few different. You got an email. I'm testing a few different growing mediums to see what I like the best.
I just got an email about moldy jerky.
Oh, somebody else had moldy
Let's see what
jerky.
this is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am planting microgreens, Kyle. And actually, I started...
It's not a horrible one.
Was it a suggestion? For how to
No,
develop
okay,
moldy
so
jerky?
so obviously somebody that's watching, Brian Pitt, I also had my jerky mold after a week and it was sitting open. Thought maybe the toaster close to where it was sitting caused it to heat. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, the biggest thing, like, eat it.
Yeah,
Like,
eat it.
that's my biggest thing. Just eat the stuff.
Yeah.
You know, just share it.
Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Dixon. I'm glad we could make you snort through your nose. Microgreens.
Yeah.
So I've just...
Kyle asked, do you plant microgreens?
I am.
First of all, I have a big question about microgreens, just to start off the whole topic. Why the hell do they call them microgreens?
Because it's a mini plant. You only grow it until it gets its true leaves, which is its...
But it's still a plant, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's still lettuce.
Well, I'm not growing lettuce.
Okay, whatever it is. What are microgreens?
It's whatever you want. It's just the baby version.
So you're eating the baby version of a plant.
Yeah.
So can you make a micro eggplant?
You wouldn't want to eat an eggplant. A microgreen.
I'm just wondering. I don't understand why they call them microgreens. Call them
They're
dwarf
micro.
plants.
They're micro. They only have 4 leaves. Okay. I don't know why can't you call them micro? What difference if it's micro
Why don't
or
they just
dwarf?
call them plants that are grown inside on a shelf in a little pot?
Well, that's like literally everything.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Bonsai vegetables. I don't know if I like that either. That sounds like vegetables you're going to put in like weird shapes.
so a microgreen, and
If you have to eat a
make
carrot
some,
around a corner, that's a bonsai carrot.
So a microgreen is a tiny plant, right? It's only got it's with any plant, the first leaves that come out, they're the cotyledon leaves. They eventually die and fall off. Microgreens, you still eat those. And then you
Eating baby vegetables.
Yeah,
Bengalator,
they're
you're
just
eating baby vegetables.
baby vegetables. Yeah.
So this is where baby carrots come from.
No,
Oh, Jesus.
it's just the green. It's
Well, where do
not the
baby
root.
carrots come from?
A machine that cuts up a big carrot.
Wait a minute. What? Baby carrots are just big carrots that are cut into little pieces?
I know, right? This is amazing.
You've just ruined. Next thing you know, you're going to tell me that chocolate milk doesn't come from brown cows.
And strawberry milk doesn't come from red cows.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, thank you, Michael Rust. We promise not to talk about hay anymore.
Moving on. But speaking of hay, no, I'm just
Okay,
kidding.
so microgreens. They only have 4 sets of leaves. That's as far as you grow them, but they're super nutrient dense and a micro little plant, yes.
If they grow a 5th leaf, are they no good?
They get woodier and more bitter the longer you let them grow.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we are growing some microgreens. So all I've started today is because I don't have my 35% food grade hydrogen peroxide, which apparently is essential for microgreen production to prevent mold. I didn't know this was.
We can put it on our beef jerky. If you have trouble with your beef jerky molding,
Yeah,
just soak it in hydrogen peroxide. Not only does it improve the taste, Anyway, don't do that.
Sprouts
Sorry.
are different, JB. Sprouts is a whole different thing.
Oh my gosh.
Sprouts are when it first comes up and like the seed is pretty much always still attached and leaves have not really popped out yet, or it's just the cotyledon leaves. Microgreens is one step further. It's about 3 days longer. So growing microgreens. I don't have all my tools and supplies yet. I don't have my trays. I don't have my hydrogen peroxide that I need to prevent mold and to sanitize the sunflowers. So I did start some basil.
Wait a minute, whoa. Sunflowers? You're growing micro sunflowers?
Yeah.
Sunflowers are huge.
Micros.
I really want to see. I want to see a sunflower that's this tall. And how do you crack those little tiny seeds?
You eat the green part. I decided not to get 3% hydrogen peroxide, but just to get the 35% and dilute it down myself. So
it's actually cheaper that way, right?
Yeah, more concentrated, and I can decide what percentage I want to dilute it down to. So I'm going to grow peas, sunflowers. I've got like a chard beet mix. I have a radish mix. I'm doing some basil, and this is a test for a local company. We're doing a project with Edible Prairie Project with some basil and black currants that we're going to grow this summer. So we're testing different varieties. So I've started the basil.
Right.
And I think I bought some other microgreens. I don't really remember right now. They're in a box. Peas, sunflowers, some radishes, I think, and the chard beet mix.
Okay. You're going to grow little tiny beets too?
You just grow 4 leaves and then you eat them.
You eat the leaves of the beets.
Yes.
You're not eating the little tiny beet that it makes.
No, it's not going to make a beet. It's going to barely make a root.
Is there micro kale?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Peas and sunflowers are definitely like the most popular, and then like radishes, all your brassicas. But you can do a lot of herbs like basil. You can do micro carrots. Cilantro is really popular. If you look at not every company sells them, not every seed company, but a lot of them do sell a wide selection of microgreens.
Okay, so you can sell microgreens for more than you sell macrogreens?
You sell them by the ounce.
You're like, that's why you had to buy that drug scale.
No, sorry. I bought the drug scale because you have to, your seed density has to be pretty precise because they're tiny little plants and they have to help support each
She
other.
bought this scale that if you have ever watched Cops or what's the other one, Live PD, every car they pull over and they take this little scale out, that's what she bought. I was like, really? You got to be kidding me. Like,
pretty sure that the cops, like if they looked at our Amazon purchase, we bought a thermometer.
Our UPS guy already thinks we have something fishy going on here.
I bought a thermometer. I bought that has a humidity thing on it. I bought a drug scale.
Yeah, you got your 35% hydrogen peroxide, which is basically like poison coming.
That didn't come from Amazon because Amazon doesn't sell the 35%. I bought obviously grow lights. I bought light bulbs. I've bought shelves.
Yeah. All right, microgreens my ass. Okay.
Black currants are just like a small berry. Somebody was asking about black currants.
Oh, good call. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. Is that the end of the microgreen thing?
Yeah.
All right, I only have one question. Mm-hmm. Why do they call them microgreens?
Because they're tiny.
I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. And we are still planning on doing that. We're going to do some hydroponics experiments as well. Or at least I am. Erin's not really too thrilled with it, but I'm going to try it. I want to try it. So I'm going to try building a little hydroponic system and see what I can grow.
It's tricky.
Of course it is.
You don't really do well with...
So is figuring out how much damn hay you need. Sorry, Rusty. I owe you $50. Jay wants to know about the grow lights.
I just... Did you talk about it in the grow room video? Yeah.
Yeah, briefly, but I didn't, so Erin didn't help me a lot with the grow room video, in case you couldn't tell. So I said a few things, and then people were like, what the hell are you talking about? So explain the lights.
We're just using T8 fluorescent light bulbs, and I just purchased cool lights and warm lights, and we put one of each in each fixture.
Right.
So.
Are they daylight bulbs? Because that's what somebody jumped on me about.
No, so I'm growing a tiny meth lab. Yeah, I'm not.
Can you
Tiny
say that?
Plants.
Great. There goes YouTube on this one. Like, is this Breaking Bad? No.
So I do have some daylights. My little germinating greenhouse, that's still daylight bulbs. Daylight bulbs are more full spectrum than just a warm bulb or a cool bulb, but they tend to run more on the cool side. And so that, like, cool light is more blue, warm light is more red orange, and you want plants need the full spectrum. And so by mixing, and like I use daylight bulbs for years, so if you have daylight bulbs, if that's what you can find, if that's what you want to use, like, it works.
Right.
I just wanted to mix the warm and the cool and see how that worked out. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay, I can't talk more about hay, so we're going to move right along here.
So a grow room equivalent for cattle would be the feedlot. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, basically. I mean, you're kind of like doing a bulk rotation of microgreens, right?
Yeah.
So you're getting them in, you're fattening them, getting them out.
Yeah, it's like a 7 to 10 day turnaround.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I really just have one question. What the hell is a microgreen? Why are they what?
You're going to eat them and you're going to like it.
I am, mate. Yeah. Maybe. All right, so we're gonna do the microgreen thing. We're gonna try the hydroponics thing. See how that goes. But the other big news of something coming up here in the upcoming weeks, and actually, you're gonna forget all about this. We're gonna tell you about it now, and then you're gonna forget everything about it, and you're gonna see it in June or July, and you're gonna go, "Oh yeah, I remember that." Erin finally gets to compost a cow. That starts here within the next couple days. You excited?
Yeah.
Or you think YouTube's going to like it?
No.
Not at all. But we are. I mean, there are definitely good things about composting livestock. You know, obviously, right now, if something dies, I can't go dig a hole and bury it. The ground is frozen solid. So by composting, we're actually deterring predators. They're not going to come and chew on something that is composting. You would hope.
Yeah, stinky.
Right. The other thing is that it basically is recycling. Mm-hmm. You know, this is like the equivalent of a aluminum can. Mm-hmm. Right? Are you excited for this?
I am excited.
It's all you've talked about for like a year and a half. She's like, the next time a cow dies, we're going to get to the number, is that the next time a cow dies, she is mine. You have told me that 100 times. And we had a cow pass away yesterday.
Yes, which is, yeah. I mean, she should have been sold. She did end up being pregnant, and
so she was pregnant. She was an older cow. She probably should have been sold, but we decided to keep her, and she wasn't able to make it all the way to term. Yeah. Number 57. She did pass away yesterday.
And it's one of like if we'd taken her to the sales barn, like sometimes they'll refuse animals. I mean, it technically if they walk off the trailer, they'll take them, but sometimes you get charged for disposal, and so probably a situation where like she was so old that like we wouldn't have sold her anyhow. Like it's kind of just like let her
finish out her days.
Yeah,
and technically she is the first animal that will be part of the ranch forever. I mean.
Yeah, I mean the calf. They're still super small at this point because we're just entering third trimester, and so not able to save the calf at this point. They would have no hair, they'd have no body fat to keep them warm, and they would be, I don't know, 20 pounds or something at this point?
Yeah, probably. I think I looked at her due date, and she was due a little bit later, too.
Yeah, and plus if she was later, so, yeah. So I don't know that I'll, so if I do ever use the cow compost for the gardens, I probably won't. It'll probably get spread on like a hayfield. We will have it tested for pathogens and all the stuff. Everything can be composted. Most of your like waste stations in your towns and your cities are even composting sewage and stuff, and it can be used. It's just science, guys. It's just temperature and good bacteria turning everything into good bacteria and stuff. And so it's okay. I understand that it's not super appealing to want to eat something that was grown in a cow or, from a cow, but we all turn into dirt. We all turn back into dirt. Composting is just accelerating the process. So trust me, I will not use it in an unsafe manner in the gardens, and I do understand it will somewhat make people squeamish. So it's more about can we do it? It can be done. I mean, there's lots of other videos on YouTube about it. I just want to see if I can do it. If we don't get it hot enough, things like bones and stuff won't break down, and so it might just be able to be spread on the hayfields.
Right.
Taking a product that is at this point essentially just completely waste and turning it into something that's beneficial for the ranch, I think there's nothing wrong with that.
It should be, yeah. Let's see.
You could compost the roadkill.
You could. I mean, technically, I could make a compost pile that just basically runs all the time. So, who knows? Do numbers get reassigned? Some numbers I actually retire. It's kind of like the NBA around here sometimes. So we do have some retired numbers. Number 13 is retired. Number 42 is retired. Now number 57 will be retired because she's doing something good for the ranch. So number 1 is actually retired as well. So yeah, cow bones don't do great in a high bind. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you can compost totally anything. It's all just about having your correct ratios of carbon and nitrogen sources compared to your dry materials.
Right.
So.
Exactly. And no more number 80. Yeah, you're right. So there is that list. What else have we been working on? We've been working on the house across the road. I'm really excited to get that done. We're just putting the finishing touches on it. We've got to get a washing machine in there.
We need another bed.
Another bed. We need to get some rugs, window coverings. I was hanging up pictures in there today. We're going to get some pictures of the cow. I didn't tell you about this, but I came up with this idea today, thanks to Nurse Tammy, actually, is to take some of the pictures of some of the cows that have been retired, that kind of thing, and do it on that Shutterfly thing.
Yeah.
And be able to hang those inside the house. So it's really interesting how the house is. It's a weird mix of Gilbert stuff and our stuff, and it's kind of cool. I really do honestly, I'm this is kind of nice. I'd like to live here. Not that I would like to leave you guys. You guys could all come live with me.
If the water had been turned on over there, I would have went over there and showered.
You could have. I could have told you how to turn on the water in about 2 seconds. I have the water turned off because nobody's staying in there. So.
Which is better than it flooding.
Yeah. So that will be available here at the end of the month. I'll let you guys know when that's going to happen, and hopefully we can get some people staying there. That's kind of the main goal.
Yeah.
We don't want to rent it out, and we'd rather have it available for people that want to come and stay on the ranch and want to check it out. I got one email today from a guy that said, my kid watches your channel, and he saw that you were going to be renting out the house, and he went and packed a bag. The kid packed a bag and went to his dad and said, hey, we got to go live in the house because we're going to help Mike with the cows. So it's pretty cool. So
there is, I know we're down to just the last little bits. It's quite a bit though.
Yeah.
And we need kitchen. We need the kitchen will be there'll be dishes and pots and pans and all that stuff. So we've got some more stuff to. Mostly it's just a lot of shopping and gathering up the last odds and ends and finding a washing machine on Facebook or Craigslist.
Yeah, I found one today I was going to talk to you about.
And getting it all in there. And you measured window coverings today, but you measured exterior. We need interior.
Yeah. You didn't tell me what to measure.
I know, and I should have clarified. So
the other thing is we probably won't be going with Airbnb because that gives people the illusion that it's a bed and breakfast and Erin ain't cooking for nobody. So we'll probably go with VRBO, but we'll let you guys know when we get that close. So
there'll be a link on the website.
Yeah, and if you're one of the first people to stay in there, you're probably going to be like, hey, you need this, and we'll go, oh yeah, we forgot to put in toilet paper, whatever. So we'll figure that out. It's going to be a learning curve, just like pretty much everything else around here. So blonde cow is still on the ranch. She's not pregnant, but she's doing great. I saw her today, and she came up and saw me, and I saw the kids, and she was very happy. So
I hung out with Bambi some while I was feeding cows. She's always there.
She's always right there. She's in your back pocket every time you turn around. Yeah.
Every bale when you cut the net wrap.
Oh yeah, she has to be there. She's the first one to inspect the bale. Actually, if we could teach her how to open bales, we just stay in the tractor. Because she literally has to come and check out every single one.
39 was a pain too.
Oh, was she a pain in the butt? Yeah, she's okay at times, but she gets a little weird. She's kind of friendly, but not really. So she's the one that had the toilet on her head, but she's a little weird. If you know what I'm talking about, you can find it. But a weird cow. Really quick before we do wrap things up, we're going to go over the Ranch Roundup stuff really quick. That is still happening. The Ranch Roundup Facebook page, we are going to be, the one from last year will be closing at the end of this month.
If you're part of that, if you bought tickets last year, you're part of that Facebook group. We did make a post. That page will be closing.
Right. So if you have made friends through that or anything like that, go ahead and find your friends and hold on to them. That page will be closing down. I think you'll still be able to view it. I just don't know if you'll be able to post to it. For posterity's sakes. What about picture? What if somebody wants a picture out there?
Save all that.
Go save your crap. But a new page will be opening up. That's Ranch Roundup 2020. And
after you purchase tickets.
When you purchase tickets, then it's basically a group for people that are coming, so that we can keep people in the know about what's happening and the cool things that are going to be coming up and all that kind of good stuff. So if you're going to purchase tickets, don't worry, you're going to be invited to that group. You'll be allowed in that group, and you'll be able to hang out. Ranch Roundup is happening this year, June 26th, 27th, and 28th. Tickets will go on sale March 31st, and if you know you're coming and you'd like to jump on rooms, you can do that by contacting Towers West. It's a hotel here in Gillette that we have a block of rooms booked through. I think rooms are right around $95 a night or something like that. So, and we're also doing our live stream from the hotel there in one of their banquet rooms. We'll be doing that live stream in front of a live studio audience like we did last time. So that'll be a lot of fun. So if you have any questions, you can always email us at mail@ourwyominglife.com, and we'll be able to check that out. And the reason we changed it from August to June is because,
Well, we wanted to.
But also we did find out, like late August, everybody's going back to school. There's a lot of stuff going on, so June seems to work a little bit better for us. So, and for everybody involved that we got a hold of. You're getting tired, aren't you?
I am tired.
All right.
Lincoln, last night.
Lincoln has growing pains going on right now, so it's a giant. He's in pain like constantly.
Okay, and he said he had pokies, and he sleeps still like an infant with his knees tucked underneath his butt, like sleeps on his tummy with his butt in the air, like every infant sleeps, like once they're like 3 months old and can do that. He still sleeps like that, and he's almost 5. But he had pokies. That took me a while to understand at 1:30 in the morning.
His leg was asleep.
His leg was asleep. And then, he's got growing pains. And the kid hates, Motrin or anything. And after he, flopped around for, 20 minutes, I was like, I've had enough. And so I force-fed him some Motrin and gave him a drink of water. Yeah, so legs and feet. And, and then he wants his back rubbed, and he just can't get comfortable. And he sleeps with us.
Not all the time, but yeah.
When he's
in pain, he does. Yeah. So that's always fun. So, anyway.
So I'm tired. And the morning before, I woke up at 5:30. Welcome to Saturday. It's 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, growing pains are no fun.
Yeah, and you didn't have growing pains. I had growing pains. I do remember them being extremely painful, so I understand. Mackenzie had them really bad. Grace hasn't had them nearly as much, but Lincoln's struggling right now. So
yeah, exactly.
He does still suck his thumb some. I've noticed it's getting less.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us this evening. Thank you to our moderators. Bill the Tractor Man, Lori was here, as well as William Dunn hanging out with us and keeping us all on the straight and narrow. Thank you to everybody who came. And thank you for the super chats. Dr. Dixon, as well as JB Weld, Long Ash Cowboy in there with a super chat, and Rusty, what was it? I forgot what it was. They don't show them to us here at the end.
They should.
They should give us a recap here.
Push a button and say,
show me my super chats because I want to talk to you guys. Yeah, it's gone. I can't find it.
Oh, yeah, you can only scroll back.
But anyway, thank you very much to everybody who did throw us a super chat tonight. We have a new video coming out on Tuesday on the Our Wyoming Life channel, as well as a podcast coming up next week that'll be right here on Beyond the Ranch, I hope, if we have time to get her done. And lots coming from the ranch as we move into spring, hopefully someday here. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at our hay situation. We've got what happens when your water goes out. We're going to be finally putting some new tires on the skid steer.
Thank you,
Michael Rust, thank you very much. We're going to be putting some new tires on the skid steer. We are going to be taking a look at the BCS in a few different ways. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have some really cool stuff coming up.
And calving.
And calving as well. So that will be a lot of fun. And who knows, maybe even more. So stick around. here because we have a lot more on the way, and we definitely want to make sure that we keep you guys satisfied as viewers of Beyond the Ranch and our Wyoming Life. So thank you very much. You guys have a great night. We'll see you next time right here on Beyond the Ranch.